Welcome everyone, I'm Kristen Hossman, and today I'm going to walk you through the three-way matching process in Dynamics 365 Business Central. As many of you may know already, the three-way matching process is an accounts payable concept that is used to verify a vendor's invoice by checking it against a corresponding purchase order and a receipt. So to understand, let's start from the beginning. I'm going to go into the purchase order list here, and I can see that I have 3 open purchase orders. If I go ahead and click on one here to open it, I can see that this purchase order specifically is for 2 different items, quantity 10 each. Now this is just the beginning here of what happens in this three-way matching process is that someone in purchasing creates a purchase order and sends that to the vendor. The next step in the process is going to be receiving the goods. Now, typically this is done by someone in the warehouse, shipping, receiving department, something like that. For today's purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and post this receiving for both of these purchase orders right from the purchase order. Again, typically this is going to happen probably out in your warehouse utilizing the warehouse module within Business Central. But what I want to show you next is what just happened in a column here on the purchase orders list. I've gone ahead and I've personalized my specific experience within Business Central, and I've added this amount received not invoiced. So if I'm in accounts payable, get an invoice from this specific vendor for a specific purchase order, I can come into this purchase orders list and I can see that I have 2 POs that have been issued and received from these vendors. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do if I'm in accounts payable is I'm going to go ahead and create a purchase invoice. And this is what is really the three-way matching process within Business Central. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put in, the invoice date, maybe the invoice number, so whatever that is on there. Now I'm utilizing some reoccurring purchase lines on this guy, so I'm just going to remove these for the sake of this exercise. So typically when you come in here, it's just going to be blank like this. From here, I'm going to click on line, function, get receipt lines. Now, the important thing here is that you can see that I have 2 different receivings here, and these are tied to 2 different purchase orders. So I can scroll to the right here and I can see order number is over here to the right, which is a little bit confusing that it's all the way over there. So I'm just going to show you how to personalize this real fast, and I'm going to show you how you can move things from one area to another. Okay. So it probably makes sense logically to have that purchase order number somewhere close to the left-hand side so we're not scrolling left to right. I'm going to go ahead and click done. Now, again, I have 2 different purchase orders received on this vendor. So now I'm looking at that vendor invoice that came in and I'm hoping that they have the PO number on there. You can see that one of these actually has a different item on it than the other one. So that could be some way that you could tell that they're a little bit different as well. But in this example, we're just going to go ahead and invoice both these lines right here for PO 106006. So all I've done is click on the top line, hold down Shift on my keyboard, and I've clicked on that second line down there to select more than one. I'm going to go ahead and click OK at this point. So now those lines have been brought into my purchase invoice. And from here, I'm just going to verify quantities are correct, dollar amounts are correct, the total excluding tax down here or including tax if you have tax on it. This number matches the invoice. And if that does in fact match the vendor invoice, then I'm just going to go ahead and click post. And that, my friends, is beginning to end on how Accounts Payable Clerk can enter in a three-way matching process invoice.